Everybody, better late than never. I know I said 10 o'clock, but at least I'm here. So my name is Jill, and I am going to be doing a yoga practice here with you today. There's going to be a lot of words so I can explain very carefully to everyone what's going on. One of the reasons I decided to do this was I have made a lot of new friends through various social media outlets lately, and it has come to my attention that there are a lot of people that either don't have access to affordable and easy to get to yoga classes in their communities, or for whatever reason they're not comfortable stepping into a yoga space for a number of different reasons, which I understand completely, as I myself was not very comfortable in yoga spaces for many years. So I decided that whenever possible, I unfortunately cannot commit to a regular schedule at this moment, as my job at the studio is transitioning to take on a little bit more responsibility, that whenever possible that I will be popping on to do these at least short yoga practices to give everybody something that they can come back to and practice with, or at least give them the foundation to feel more comfortable to step into a yoga studio, a community class, something like that, and give them what they need to get started for themselves, or to decide if maybe it's not for them at all, which is absolutely crazy because yoga is for everyone, even if you have limited mobility, even if you are not flexible. You will see once we start practicing, I'm about as flexible as a crowbar for any of these reasons. And then we'll also talk about some of the different things. So I'm going to treat everyone right here, right now, as if they are 100% beginners. So if you are not, I'm sorry, you're just going to have to deal with all of my initial explanations and all of that. First thing first, and I would like to sit down for this, is yoga as we think of it with the physical practice, the poses and all that, is not what yoga is. It's not all yoga is. Yoga is a tree with 8 different limbs, and the actual physical postures are just one of those 8 limbs. There is the code of ethics, which takes up 2 of them. There's breath work, there's meditation, there is self-study, there's a lot. There's a lot. So anyway, the postures themselves, if you do have limited mobility, does not mean you cannot do yoga. Simply sitting in a chair, on the floor, wherever you want, and being mindful while you breathe, that's yoga. So I want you to think of it that way. Also, excuse me, just chugged a cup of coffee, so you're going to hear me talking real fast and panting a little bit. Also, living within the code of ethics that yoga, the yamas and the niyamas prescribes for us, is also yoga. That is right there. And that can be as simple as just remembering that the 2 most important, the 2 first ones, are non-harming and truthfulness. And for those of you who maybe have limited contact with people on the outside, or for whatever reason don't know how to apply those to the outside, I say turn around and apply them back toward yourself. And that would mean living in a way that is not harmful to yourself, making sure that you take good care of your body, maybe eating healthy foods, remembering to stop and take a few mindful breaths, or just move, even if it's just stretching in your chair a few times a day. And the other one is truthfulness, which a great way to turn that back on yourself is to honestly assess where you are each and every day, see what you are capable of, and then staying within those boundaries. So that is what yoga is and what yoga is not. The other thing is that when we practice, anytime you practice with me, you will see that I like to use blocks. Tools and props are wonderful for people at every level of their yoga practice, of their yoga journey. Too many studios, too many teachers, I think, don't remember to incorporate that into their teaching. And that's not necessarily their fault. It's the way that we're taught, and the fact that people who don't use them wouldn't really understand how to incorporate them into most practices. I happen to use them. So I'll give you the perfect example of a pose that everyone knows, and that is downward facing dog. And in downward facing dog, there should be an equal amount of weight placed between your hands and your feet. For someone like me who has longer legs and shorter arms, an unnecessary amount of weight is being placed onto my hands because my center of gravity is going to be off because of that. It's just basic geometry, which, by the way, I did not do well in high school, but I understand the basics. Also, if you have any shoulder sensitivity or wrist sensitivity, the blocks will give you a different way to either grip or just raise your hands up off the floor to take some of the pressure off of. Now, for blocks, if you're looking to start a yoga practice, or if you have a yoga practice already, and some of these things are starting to make sense in your head, there are options. The first of these foam ones, which are great, you can get these at Walmart, Target, probably half the thrift stores in your neighborhood, Kohl's, everywhere. They're cheap. They're like $10, $12 a piece. They're fine. They're good, but they are foam, and so they do tend to slide, especially if you have a mat that's made out of a similar material. And also because they're not as sturdy, there's only so much weight you can put on them before you start to feel a little bit wobbly. They are definitely the best option though if you're just starting before you invest in something a little bit more heavy duty. I prefer the big heavy cork blocks, but for me it was a reasonable investment being a yoga teacher. I already spent all this money on yoga teacher training, like why not spend the extra money on the good blocks? These are heavy duty, they can handle a lot of weight, and because I also use a cork mat, they tend not to slide, but I've also noticed even on plastic mats that I don't have the same sliding problem with them. I am going to make a separate link in my profile with links to all of these so you can explore your different options. No pressure, just my simple whatever. And again, if you do want to try them out, you can literally get them. Walmart, Target, anywhere you can think of. So, knowing all of these things, that we're going to employ props whenever we need them, that we are going to be mindful of our breath because that alone is a yoga practice in and of itself, we are going to get started today. So I invite everyone to come to be seated on their mat. And once you're seated, I want you to find the most comfortable seat you can. Maybe you're comfortable cross-legged like me. Maybe you prefer your legs out straight. Maybe you like the soles of your feet together. However you can sit comfortably and sustain it, I want you to sit. And now you're going to soften your eyes and look down or close them completely. Why do we ask you to do this in class for certain things? Because once you stop the barrage of information coming in through any of your senses, especially your eyes, it's easier to quiet your mind and pay attention to what you're doing and let your other senses begin to take over. So now that you've stopped the barrage of information coming in from your eyes, I want you to start to notice the space you're in using your other senses. I want you to notice the temperature of the air on your skin. I want you to feel the texture of your mat as it presses against your body. I want you to listen to any other ambient noises in the room. And I want you to just allow these become part of the whole experience rather than something to pull you out of the experience. Oftentimes things like this are just a simple shift in perception, and this is an excellent example of that. So now that you're here, I want you to start listening to your breath. And without changing your breath, see if you can just focus on the sound of it. And now because you've directed your attention at your breath, you have inadvertently changed it. That's fine. Continue to listen to it. And now can you slow down the exhales? See if you can get them to maybe a 4 or a 5. Don't be married to that number. It's just a guideline. Because the inhales will follow suit and they'll get longer also. You're breathing in and out through your nose. And now I want you to practice constricting the back of your throat just a little bit and see if you can get the exhales to sound a little bit louder, maybe like Darth Vader. I'm not sure how well that noise translates because I'm wearing AirPods, but and you'll notice by changing the muscles in your throat, you can make it louder or softer. You might even get a little bit of a noise as you breathe in. This is your Ujjayi breath. It is one of the breathwork techniques that is actually pranayama, and without delving too deeply into that, I've done a bunch of videos on that. I can write actually I do have a whole blog post on it, and I'll post that later. It is one of the breathwork techniques that is associated with yoga. And as you make this noise a few times, you may notice that it sounds remarkably similar to a noise that you sometimes make when you're annoyed with someone. Yes, we've all made this noise. And the reason is because this is one of your body's natural responses to threats to its nervous system. But by controlling and harnessing that breath on your own without a direct threat to your nervous system, you can automatically regulate your nervous system, which is a very good thing for yoga. It also sets an excellent pace as we move through different postures. Rather than how we breathe, let's say, in an aerobic exercise. You'll notice that it also still starts to build your internal heat, and since I do teach a lot of hot yoga classes, I have a few jokes to make there, but I'm presuming that you are comfortably in your air-conditioned living room or bedroom right now, so we'll just go with the whole regulates your nervous system and paces you very well. So that is the breath that I would like you to keep whenever you practice yoga. In most classes, that is what the teacher will cue, unless it's a Kundalini or a special type of yoga or breathwork that they're working on. So just keep that going and let it just become your natural breath when you're sitting on your mat. Think of your breath work almost like muscle memory. After a while, it just becomes something that you drop into. So we're going to do just a couple more of those. And starting with your next one, I want each inhale to pull you up a little taller and straighter, and each exhale to take your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And after a few breaths, you may notice that you're sitting up tall and straight and as elegantly as possible, yet still relaxed into the posture. And now we're going to match our breath to our movement, which you may have heard is called a vinyasa. That is the type of yoga that we do when we flow with our breath. So we'll just call it that for the purposes of what I do here with you. So we're going to match our movement to our breath. I like to think of it more as a moving meditation, especially when we're moving slowly. So you inhale, take your arms all the way up overhead, look up. Your neck may not be ready to look all the way up yet. And exhale your hands down through your heart. All right, we're going to do it again. Inhale your hands up. Maybe this time you look up a little bit higher. And exhale, hands down. One more. This time we're going to look up as high as we can. Inhale all the way up. Gaze up towards your thumbs. And exhale, bring your hands back down through your heart. Pause here, bow your chin. And I want you to use this moment to set an intention if that's something that comes naturally to you. But if it's not, that's okay. Then I want you to think about something that's brought you joy and happiness in this past week. And then I want you to let that joy fill you up, bubble up inside of you. And now whether you're manifesting an intention or you're just sharing that love and light with the rest of the world, let it go with your next exhale. All right, we're going to come up once again. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, this time roll over onto your hands and knees. So your wrists are beneath your shoulders. Your knees are just beneath your hips. If your wrists are a little tight, I want you to go ahead and slide your hands a little bit forward. I promise there's no yoga police at your house that are going to come find you. Leave your fingers spread nice and wide. Roughly your index fingers are pointing forward and that's good. Roughly your index fingers are pointing forward. Look down. Your knees should look like they're just below your hip joints. Not your beautiful, luscious outside curves, your hip joints. So look down, and if you need to take your knees a little bit closer together, take them a little bit closer together. Now inhale, take your head and your hips up, let your belly drop. Look up. This is cow pose. Exhale, round and curl. Bring your chin to your chest as you arch your back. This is cat pose. Keep pressing through both hands evenly. It's very natural to lean to one side or another. That's why it's called a practice and not a perfect. Inhale back into cow pose. And exhale into cat pose. Inhale, take your right leg out behind you, stretch it out, heel pulls back, toes point down. Exhale, bring your knee to your right elbow. Inhale, take it all the way up. And exhale, swing it around to the side of your mat. Inhale, take your right hand up to the sky, look at your thumb. And exhale, thread it underneath you so you twist, but just hover here. Inhale, take that hand all the way back up, look up. Exhale, your hand back down to the mat. Inhale, float that right leg behind you. And exhale, bring your knee to the ground. We're going to do the next side a little bit faster. So inhale, take your left leg out behind you. Exhale, bring your knee to your elbow. Inhale, take it back out. And exhale, swing it around, root it down. Inhale, send your left hand up, look up. Exhale, thread it and hover. Inhale, send it all the way back up. And exhale, bring it down. Inhale, that left leg out behind you. Exhale, knee to the ground. All right, so now you know the basics. We're going to go a little faster, 2 more rounds. Ready? Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Inhale, float that right leg. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, send it back out. Exhale, swing it around. Inhale, right hand up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back up. And exhale, bring it down. Inhale, swing that right leg behind you. Exhale, knee to the floor. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale it out. Exhale, swing it around. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, thread it, twist and hover. Inhale it back out. Exhale it back down. Inhale, left leg behind you. And exhale, toe to the ground. Inhale into cow. And exhale into cat. Last round, a little faster. Inhale, right leg out. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, kick it out. Exhale, swing it around. Inhale, right hand up. Exhale, hover as you twist. Inhale, send it up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, right leg back. Exhale, into tabletop. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale it out. Exhale, swing it around. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, thread, hover. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Inhale, left leg behind you. And exhale, back to tabletop. Inhale into cow. And exhale into cat. Inhale into cow, and this time tuck your toes underneath. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gently bring your knees to the floor. Exhale, take your hips back towards your heels. Again, inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Inhale into cow, tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gently drop your knees. Exhale, take your hips to your heels. Inhale into cow. And exhale into cat. Inhale into cow, tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog, and hold here. So you can go ahead and pedal out your feet one after another. That will help lengthen out your legs. And I'm going to talk, and talking hanging upside down is not easy. So your heels may never touch the ground, and that's okay. My heels don't touch the ground. I have friends who've been teaching yoga a lot longer than me. Their heels don't touch the ground. That's anatomy, not talent. So if your heels don't touch the ground, don't be tempted to walk your feet in farther to make sure that they do. Just be happy where they are. Your fingers are still nice and wide. Your index fingers are pointing toward the top of the mat. Your pinkies are approaching the edges of the mat. Take your shoulders away from your ears and toward your tailbone, which will now be top. Take your heart back toward your thighs. And now inhale high onto your tippy toes. And exhale, send your heels down only as far as they're happy going. Inhale high onto your tiptoes. And exhale your heels down. Last one, inhale up. And exhale, send them down wherever they're happy being. I want you to stay there. Now, you're going to inhale, forward to plank, shoulders over wrists. Your hands and feet should stay in the same place for this. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Inhale forward into plank. You can always put your knees down if you wish. Just keep the same alignment. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more. Inhale forward to plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, tippy toe jump or bunny hop to the top of your mat. And fold when you get there. Really hard to talk folded like that. Okay. So you're hanging upside down. Your neck is loose. You're not using the muscles in it at all. I want you to actually feel like it's decompressing, get longer. Your head is going to be heavy no matter what, so let it be super heavy here. Don't try to hold it up. Let it hang. Let it stretch your neck out. Let it all relax. Bending your knees slightly will allow you to tilt your pelvis up higher, which will get your head down lower. So try that. See what feels good. There's nothing that says you need to do this with straight legs. Take another breath here, just dangling. Now, if it feels better in your body, grab opposite elbows while you're hanging there. Whether you're dangling like a rag doll or you're grabbing opposite elbows, sway gently from side to side, very gently. Come back to center. Release your arms. Shake your head no. Nod your head yes. Shake your head maybe, whatever that looks like for you. Then roll up one vertebra at a time. Let your head be the last thing to come up. Inhale your hands all the way up. Look up. And exhale, bring them down through your heart, just like we did before. Inhale your hands up, look up at your thumbs. And exhale them down through your heart. All right, this time we're gonna add a little more movement. Inhale your arms all the way up. This time grab your left wrist with your right hand. And exhale, take everything over to the right. Send your hips out to the left. Inhale, look up under your left elbow, and exhale, bend your left knee. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, switch your grip, take it over to the left, send your hips to the right. Inhale, look up under your right elbow, and exhale, gently bend that right knee. Inhale, all the way up through center, and exhale, cactus your arms, send your elbows back, your heart forward as you look up at the ceiling. Inhale, straighten up, send your fingertips up to the sky. And exhale, cactus your elbows, elbows back, heart forward, look up at the ceiling. Inhale, take it all the way up. And exhale, take it back down to your cactus arms. Stay here as you continue to breathe. Inhale. And as you exhale, open your mouth, stick your tongue out. 2 more. Then inhale, both hands all the way up. And exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins, gently press back. Send the crown of your head forward as you send your shoulder blades and hips to the back of the room. Keep breathing, even if it took you more than an inhale to get here this time. So I want you to look at my back. nice and flat. You're going to use that resistance against your shins to pull the top part of yourself forward as you press back to take your shoulder blades and your hips back. Nice straight spine. Gaze is down, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, forward fold all the way down. This time you're going to rise all the way up. Arms come out to the sides. Come up nice and dramatically, like you're jumping up out of the water. Hands come up. Exhale, bring them down in front of your heart. Inhale, step back with your left foot. Land on the ball of your foot. And exhale, take your arms up. High lunge. We're going to take a few breaths explaining this one. So your right knee is bent, and it is over your right ankle or behind it. Your toes are spread nice and wide on your right foot, and you're on the ball of your left foot. All right, inhale, pull that left heel up. Exhale, send your hips down and forward without losing that alignment, knee over ankle. Now inhale, look up slightly to lift your heart. Exhale, pull your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale here. And exhale here. Inhale, you're going to spin that back foot down and around at 90 degrees. Exhale, open your arms up, warrior two. Alignment cues, look down. Your heel from your right foot should be in line with your left arch or your left heel, depending on your anatomy. Your right toes are pointing at the front of the mat. Left toes are pointing at the side of the mat. That right knee is still hanging out over that ankle or behind it. We just don't go past it because then eventually that will cause damage from extending it too far over time. Arms are out on either sides. As you inhale, press down through your right big toe. And as you exhale, press through the outside edge of your left foot. As you inhale, pull your left middle finger to the back of the mat. As you exhale, send your right middle finger to the front. Inhale, take your gaze over your right middle finger. Exhale, take your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, straighten your front knee. Take your hands to meet overhead as you look up. And exhale, come back to warrior two. A little dancing warrior for us today. Inhale, take it all the way up as you straighten that front knee. And exhale, take it back down. Inhale. And exhale. Keeping that gaze over your right middle finger. Lifting from your hips, I want you to inhale, lengthen your spine, just get taller. Exhale, gently bring your right arm to your right thigh as you send your left hand up to the sky, looking at your left thumb. Side angle. If you're leaning heavily on your leg, back off just a little bit. Trust your torso to hold you here. Now, inhale, start to send that hand down toward the back of your mat. And as you exhale, complete the circle. Just getting the shoulders involved a little. Inhale. Mobility is great as we get older. And exhale. So fluid movements like this are great. Inhale. And exhale. Let this one carry you all the way back to warrior two. Now inhale, bring your left hand to your left hip. And exhale, send that right hand all the way up and over reverse warrior. Once you've got the basic pose down, you can slide that left hand down your left thigh or wrap it around behind your back. Inhale, look up under that right elbow. Exhale, stretch into all of the space in your right torso. Inhale, breathe into all of that space. And exhale here. Inhale, start to unwind. And exhale, step back to the top of your mat. Now let's do the other side. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, bring them down. Inhale, step that right foot back. And exhale, take your arms up, high lunge. Knee is over your ankle on the ball of your back foot. Inhale, spread your toes nice and wide. And exhale, hold strong here. Inhale, lift that right heel. Exhale, send your hips down and forward. Inhale, look up, lift your heart. Exhale, this time spin your pinkies in toward one another. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, spin that back foot down and around. Exhale, open up into your warrior two. Look down at your feet. Make sure that they're in a heel to heel or heel to arch alignment. Now, inhale, press down through your left big toe. Exhale, press down through the outside edge of your right foot. Inhale, your right middle finger to the back of your mat. Exhale, left middle finger to the front. Inhale, shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, make sure that they're over your hips. Inhale, get a little taller. Exhale, left arm to left thigh, right hand up to the sky. Check and make sure you're not leaning heavily on that leg. You're just there for stability. Now, inhale, your right hand toward the back of your mat. And exhale, complete the circle. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let this one carry you all the way back to your warrior two. Inhale, hand to your right hip. Exhale, left arm floats all the way up and over. Inhale, you can slide that right hand down or take it behind your back. Exhale, send those left fingertips to the back of the room. Inhale, recommit to the lunge in your front knee if you lost it. And exhale, bring into all of this space here in your body. Inhale here one more time. And exhale, step to the top of the mat. We're going to move through that now, just like we did before, 2 more times, without all the exposition, a little bit faster. All right, whenever you're ready, inhale, hands up. Exhale, bring them down. Inhale, step your left foot back. Exhale, send your arms all the way up. I just realized that we forgot the dancing warrior and the circles in the first round. All right, so we're going to do those in the second round on the left side because otherwise we'll all be crooked all day. All right, so now you're in your high lunge. Inhale, spin that back foot down and around. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, top of the mat. Round two, we're gonna add it. Inhale, hands up. Exhale to your heart. Inhale, step that right foot back. And exhale, take your hands up, high lunge. Inhale, open up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten that front knee, look up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, take it all the way back up. And exhale, warrior two. Ready, one more. Inhale. And exhale. Now inhale, lengthen. Exhale, side angle. Inhale. And exhale. Get these shoulders nice and loose. Inhale. And exhale. Again, in. And out all the way back to warrior two. Inhale. And exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, untwist. Exhale, top of the mat. Let's do one more round without screwing up anything. My fault, I get it. Inhale, arms reach. It's a practice, not a perfect. Exhale, hands to your heart. I'll say that till the day I die. Inhale, step your foot back. Exhale, arms up. Inhale, spin your back foot down and around. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, come up. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, untwist. Exhale, top of the mat. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, right foot back. Exhale, arms up, high lunge. Almost lost it there. Inhale, spin that back foot down and around. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Inhale, grow taller. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, press through your feet, lengthen everything. Exhale, start to sit down in your imaginary chair. Now, I'm going to give you a lot of alignment cues in this one too. Once you're halfway down, I want you to look down. Your knees and your toes should be in alignment. So my right knee, right toes, pointing in the same direction. Left knee, left toes, pointing in the same direction. I'm going to turn a little sideways so you can see. But you're going to bring your tailbone down. See, just a little bit. It's a little pelvic tuck. And you're going to bring your chin down the same amount. So you have one straight line from here to here. Now, sit down a little lower in your chair. Find your perfect chair. Pretend that you're a Goldilocks. You can try out every chair in the cat until you find the one that works for you. Inhale here. Oops, there's something on my mat. And exhale here. Now we're going to put this together into movement. Inhale, hands all the way up, look up. Exhale, sit down in your chair. Inhale, all the way up, look up. Exhale, hands to your chair. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to change it up this round. Ready? Inhale all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sit into your chair. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sit into your chair. Exhale, forward fold. One more. Inhale, sit into your chair. Hold it here. Keep breathing. Now inhale, take your arms forward. And exhale, swing them all the way back and through. Inhale, take them forward. And exhale, all the way back and through. Inhale. And exhale, hold it here. Keep breathing. But if you want to try a little more, come to your tiptoes here. And hold it as you inhale. And exhale. Inhale, drop your heels to the ground. Send your hands up to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands in front of your heart. Inhale, hands all the way up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, step back to plank. And exhale, drop your knees to the floor. Inhale, swing your feet around to the top of the mat. And exhale, slowly with control, lower all the way down to the ground. Bring your feet in towards your glutes, leave them hip distance apart. Inhale, press through your feet, lift your hips. Exhale, press through your hands, lift a little higher. Inhale, relax your glutes. Exhale, use your abs and your thighs to pull you up a little bit higher. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, release. Exhale, hug your knees into your chest. Roll gently from side to side. Inhale, squeeze a little tighter. Exhale, drop your knees over to the right. Inhale, take your left arm out long to the left. Look at your left hand. Exhale, relax here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, back through center, squeeze tight. And exhale, drop them over to the left. Inhale, send your right arm out long. Look at your right hand. Exhale, relax here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, back through center. Squeeze your knees as tight as you can. And then exhale, let go. You hear yoga teachers say that a lot. Let go of your legs. But we also want you to let go of your efforts, of your expectations, of all the energy that you've just moved around. Take a big inhale here. And take a big exhale here. Take your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Wiggle your bottom jaw back and forth a few times. Now take another big breath in through your nose. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Shavasana. Nothing to do, nothing to think about, nothing to see. Simply close your mind, clear it. If to-do lists, tensions start popping into your body or your mind, you're simply going to use that Ujjayi breath to guide it away for now. Being a yogi does not mean that we forget about our problems. It simply means that when needed, we push them aside and save them for a better time. Go ahead and deepen your breathing. Make tiny movements with your fingers and your toes. Slightly larger movements with your hands and your feet. Take your arms up overhead. Stretch from the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes. And hug it all in one last time. Thank your body for all it allowed you to do today, no matter how much it was. Then roll on to whichever side feels more natural for you. Take one of those deep, deep breaths we did at the beginning and sigh it out. Then press yourself up to a comfortable seat with your hands at your heart and bow your chin. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. Thank you for sharing your energy with me from so far away. Thank you for allowing me to share mine with you. Until I see you again, maybe on Instagram, maybe in person. Maybe you hire me to do a private Zoom yoga session, whatever. I wish you nothing but love and light. Thank you, everybody. I have to get up to press the stop button, I think. This isn't like doing it on my watch and my phone. Okay. Does anybody know how you stop this? I'm going to stop it. That's not it.